Hello, it is Foundation Friday, November 23rd, 2018. Steve Sipress here with a foundational business building tip. For those of you that are building a real business, I'm sure you know, if you're in expansion mode, that it has been a buyer's market for about a decade. It has been, there have been people, so many people out of work, so many people underemployed, that has been so easy to hire people that you have any opportunity at all and they came flying out of the woodwork. But you also then know that over the past year or so, it has become increasingly more difficult to find and keep good people because wages are rising, unemployment is down, opportunity is up, economy is booming, everyone's in a good frame of mind, business owners at a record high level according to all the polls and the indexes. And as a result, all the worker talent pool is aware that they can finally, for the first time in a decade, feel safe to leave their job and go get more money elsewhere, and they can demand more benefits and higher pay and all that kind of stuff. And yet, for those that know how to write persuasive words, copywriting, sales copy, whether selling in person or selling in print with the written word, hiring is as easy or easier than it's ever been. So my beautiful wife Michelle and I, for an example, are going to be moving on Monday. And we had two movers lined up that we used last time to move here and used them before. So I said, let's call them up. And he was like, I think I have somebody. Then that person said no. Then he had somebody else. Then he just let me know yesterday or the day before Thanksgiving, oh, that person fell through. And maybe your average person would panic. Maybe your average person would probably call a moving company and pay a ridiculously way too high amount. But when you know how to hire the right people, you don't have to overpay. You don't have to give up control of the hiring process by hiring a company. You can hire people yourself. I'm a business owner. I make my living hiring people, getting the best possible talent and growing businesses. So unlike the general public, which would say, I got to get a moving company because they have no idea how to place an ad, how to interview, how to hire people, how to motivate them, how to keep them working, pay them, anything at all. Ace is here. Great seeing you. So anyway, I knew that today I had to place this ad, and then I got to work and was going through all kinds of things, not to mention we are moving Monday, so there's a bunch of grunt work to do. But I'm jammed up with calls all day and responses and emails, and I'm having an event next Saturday, and I got people responding to that. And can I bring somebody else? And I'm coming, and this and that and whatever. And then it hit the afternoon, like 2 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, wait, I got to place that ad. We're moving on Monday, and we need another mover. And I was even thinking of hiring 2 more and having 3 guys here, so it would just go lightning quick. So I went on to Craigslist, wrote up the ad, placed it. Anyone's ever placed an ad on Craigslist? It costs $5. It might differ where you are, but it's $5 here. But then they have to send the email to confirm, and you got to agree to the terms and whatever. So, I forgot. I've done it before, but I thought it was going to take 5 minutes. Took about 20 with all the back and forth and the confirmation and the this and the that. And the post went live. And then ba-bing, ba-bang, ba-boom. What the heck? I got a response. The first response came within 2 minutes. Another one like 2 minutes later, 1 minute later, 3 minutes later. In the first hour I had, I forget, like 18 responses. Over the next hour I had another 20-something. When I finish recording this and go back and check my emails, my junk mail, I'm going to have like 5 more. Since this is a 5-minute video, I'll have a couple more. And I got over 40 responses. So I let my beautiful wife Michelle know, honey, look at this. We're going to have our pick. And I said 2 things in the ad. Tell me how much moving experience you have and any equipment that you have possibly to bring. Now, the reason I do that is you want to do in this ad, you want to, in any help wanted ad, it's just like selling anything. You want to do 2 things. You want to attract the right people. You want to repel the wrong people. So I put in, tell me how much moving experience you have. Now, do I absolutely Is it necessary that somebody have vast amounts of moving experience? Of course not. They just have to be strong and willing to work. Oh, and I think I put in there also, got to be a hard worker. If that's a disqualifier, ouch. Although nowadays it might be. But can you imagine someone, I almost didn't put it in because I'm like, would anybody ever respond to a moving ad and think they're not a hard worker? This is not, this is manual labor. But anyway, and the reason I put tell me your equipment is not because I need any or I care. It just tells me a little bit about how much of a professional mover they are and how prepared they are to move. And so I would say that about 30 of these 40-something responses right off the bat didn't qualify. Oh, another thing I can tell, since they're responding to the ad, is how well they communicate, because that's going to tell me how well they're going to respond to my direction on Monday. So they're speaking in broken English, and again, does that affect how well they move stuff? I mean, a guy can speak in broken English, be 6'5", 350 pounds, and be able to carry a refrigerator with one finger. However, if he's writing in broken English or not making any sense, and it takes me any time at all to try and figure out what he's saying, next, you're out. I mean, somebody half his size is going to move the stuff just fine, but I want them to be thinking straight and understand what I say. Another thing happened on the other end. I had somebody respond. He responded in such detail, with such fancy language, I was like, this guy is a tremendous overthinker. I've made that mistake before with movers. I don't want an overthinker. I don't want somebody, I've had it before, they get on the truck and they think they're playing a human game of life-size Tetris. And they have to figure out how to put every single piece of furniture and every single box into every crack and crevice perfectly on the truck, and it takes 17 million hours to load. And I keep coming out and going, what are you guys doing? There was a move we did years ago where the movers actually put stuff on the truck, like the whole bedroom set, living furniture, whatever. And then I came out and it was all in the driveway. They had taken it back off the truck and we're putting it on again, playing the human game of Tetris because it didn't fit properly. I'm like, my mistake, hired overthinkers. So I can tell from these ads, I'm like, this guy writes a whole big thing with some big language and, I can do this and that, and he thinks he's impressing me. See, just like any person selling. If you're hiring a salesperson, same thing. If they're speaking in some fancy language. I mean, didn't we just have this 2 years ago at the election? People that speak in some fancy language did not win the presidential election here in the U.S. To give you a hint, it was the guy who went to an Ivy League school and certainly deals with billionaires and multimillionaires and could certainly speak fancy if he wanted. And he knows better than that. He speaks at a 3rd or a 6th grade level or whatever. He speaks plain English. That's how you do it. So I didn't want somebody who didn't speak English, like just totally miscommunicating, or I didn't understand what they said. And I didn't want somebody that was so overthinking it that they, were trying to impress me with how well they reason things out or something. Then it ended up, here's the one I hired. I just got off the phone hiring him. He said, simply, I'll make this easy. Same price, 2 guys. I just need the address. Robert and Todd. Just in case I was confused that he's saying he'll send 2 people for the price of 1, he put both names. Now I had a second person that did the same thing and said, I'll have 2 guys there if that'll ease your mind. And then she said, your compensation is fine. See, that's where I talk about the confusing part. Your compensation is fine. Couldn't you say your pay? Couldn't say the amount? She said, your compensation is fine. So I called her up and I said, you say you can send 2 guys. Like, is the rate that I posted, because I put it right in the headline of the ad. By the way, I use the WOW strategy in case you're wondering. How else do you think you get such fantastic results? And the O in the WOW, the word WOW, stands for the irresistible offer. I made an irresistible offer. I said 1 day of moving, $150. I saw other moving ad, did the research, also important when you're selling, vitally important in business. I hope you know to do research, although it's not the tip for today. I'm just going to turn around because I see a spectacular, beautiful, orange sunset behind me now in the west. If I can get that, usually doesn't come out well in the camera. But there it is, kind of cool. So, Lost my train of thought. Oh, Kevin is here. Good seeing you. Timothy's here. Lincoln's here. Ace is here. A bunch of other people. Okay, hello. And so I'll just wrap it up. Where was I? Yeah, so irresistible offer. And one of the things that made it irresistible is I did the research, and I saw moving ads said $11 to $13 an hour, depending on your experience or commensurate with whatever it said. And I said, oh yeah, let's just give a flat fee of $150 for the day. First of all, I'm a business owner, so I like flat fees. I don't like per hour. I don't want per hour workers. I don't want somebody coming with any incentive at all to work slower so he gets paid more. What kind of stupid way is that to pay people? I pay a flat fee so that now, guess what? They have incentive to work faster. Not so fast they break stuff, you know what I'm saying? And if it's, for any type of work in an office or anything, not so fast they make mistakes, but they have an incentive to get the job done. And they'll know that when they come here Monday. Your pay is $150. The U-Haul opens at 8 a.m. I'll have the truck here around 8:30. You can lollygag around, or you can get it done quick and go watch a movie and go home. So you determine whether you make $20 an hour or $15 an hour or $10 an hour or whatever it all adds up to. But I knew when I saw that, let's just take an average, $11 to $13, was a couple other moving ads said, if that's $12.50, 8 hours, it's $100 for the day. I said $150. Now, does $50 really a lot of skin off of my back? First of all, of course not. But I mean, even in terms of the move, I'm renting the truck. I got the insurance on the truck. We got boxes and wrapper and whatever. $50 in the grand scheme of things, is that a big deal? But it's a big deal to the person reading the ad. In fact, it makes all the difference in the world. I don't think I'd have my choice of anybody I want, and I'd have 42 responses. I mean, people saying, I work for United Van Lines, Mayflower Mover, this, that, whatever, but I don't have a job on Monday, so I can be there, and blah, 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 and this, I have dollies, I have whatever, I have this, 20 years moving experience. One guy, I work for a very, in all caps, very high-end cabinet maker in the area, and we work in multi-million-dollar homes, and I'm the shipping manager, so I'm in charge of the packing and moving, and I'm like, oh, my beautiful wife Michelle would love that, how much care he's going to take of all the stuff. I mean, I really have my pick of anybody. And what was another one that was great? These guys that I hired. So I called him up on that simple response where he just said, I'll make this easy. Same price, 2 guys. Client calling me while I'm recording a live video. Apparently he's not watching. I'll call him back. And so I called him up. I said, just to make sure, you're telling me 2 guys for the same price of one. He goes, yep. And we do moving with whatever company he was with, and we also have our own truck. I'm like, so let me get this straight. You're going to also bring a truck? He goes, yeah, we got everything. We got dollies, mats, pads, truck, so this way it'll make it all faster and quicker. You got the rental truck, we got our truck, and boom, boom. I'm like, I like this guy. He was right to the point. He was speaking plain, clear, simple English, so I knew we would understand each other. He was right to the point and not beating around the bush, lollygagging around, so I have an idea that's how at least he's going to be, and I'm thinking the coworker he brings is going to be similar. And at the very least, he's directing the coworker, so we'll get the job done. In fact, to let the secret out of the bag, like I told my beautiful wife Michelle, I'm going to place this ad saying I need 1 person, but I was going to hire 2 people. So I was going to put out $300 to get 2 people. This guy says $150 for 2 people. It's a no-brainer. 2 actual movers with a truck. I mean, total no-brainer. So there's a little lesson in hiring the best people. Learn how to sell. If you're a business owner, you ought to know how to sell. You put that salesmanship into print. That's known as copywriting. You make an irresistible offer, and you understand what you're looking for, and you put in the ad exactly who you're looking for and who you will not accept. Now, by saying who I will not accept, it shows the right person responding, hey, I can respect that. Hey, I like this guy. he's not willing to stand for nonsense. You know, whatever. I don't remember exactly what I said. I typed it up in 2 seconds. Something like, you know, must be a hard worker, no excuses. I hate excuses. Do you like excuses? If you know me, you know I don't like excuses. You can either make excuses or you can make the move, but you can't do both, to paraphrase one of my own sayings. Non-smoker, I said. You know, so by putting a few demands in there, it let them know I'm a no-nonsense guy, and if somebody appreciates working for a no-nonsense guy, boom. Another thing was, I'm forgetting now, but I see Kevin says, good idea, who I will not accept. Yeah, you got to repel the wrong person. Whenever you repel the wrong person, you send a message to the right person, hey, I like this guy, especially in a want ad. So you say things like you're looking for an executive assistant. You say things like, you know, if you're the type of person that sits on your cell phone all day, don't even bother responding to the ad. If you're the type of person who, you know, needs constant micromanaging over your shoulder to get anything done, like, don't even bother, you know, stuff like that. It tells the superstar, the high performer, hey, I like this because I've been in offices, or I've been on the job working, in this case, in a labor job. I've been working surrounded by people who are schmoes, and I can't stand it. Especially when I just threw out the flat rate. They know they're going to work as a team, and they don't. The team is what is it? What's the saying? It's you're only as strong as your weakest link. So they know I'm not having anyone here who's a weak link on the team. They already know there's somebody, and I said, you know, just one of the people fell through. So they know they're joining a team, and they can feel confident that I did not accept someone on the team that'll be lollygagging or making excuses or not a hard worker. So they know that they're going to get paid, and hopefully they get the job done quickly, and they can go home and go, man, I got 20-something bucks an hour, which apparently is like double the going rate in this area for moving help. Phil says, the guy you hired gave you the irresistible offer. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. He gave me... See, got to leave it to Phil that I didn't even think of that. What a bozo. Way to go, Phil. That's exactly right. So he's thinking, I see this ad for moving help, and I know this guy, Steve Sipress, with the WOW strategy. I'm going to give this guy an irresistible offer. And he just said, very simple, I'll make this easy for you. 2 guys, same price. Just need the address, phone number, Robert and Todd. Boom. Irresistible offer. Oh, and then I said, you know, it's amazing. I got all these responses within 2 hours, over 40 responses. He goes, oh, I usually respond within 5 minutes, but I didn't see it. I was blah, 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 whatever he said. I was doing something, but I didn't see it right away. I'm like, whatever. I'm not even thinking, you know, by the way, my beautiful wife, Michelle, is thinking, you know, will we even find somebody? We're moving Monday. You know, you take 1 day to hire. That's another lesson I'll throw in here, by the way, is a little secret of the trade from hiring people, which, again, I do all the time. When you have a special event, like this is, a move, or I hire people all the time for events, a caterer, photographer, videographer, setup person, whatever, hire as close to the event as you can, and I'll tell you why. When you hire way in advance, let's take a photographer, which I've hired for events over and over and over, seminars that I host for entrepreneurs to teach business tips like this, and advertising and marketing and sales and growing businesses. And I'll hire a photographer. I hire way in advance. A photographer is going to say, man, my day rate is $500. If I hire the day before and I say, oh, photographer fell through, I need somebody for tomorrow, then the only person who's going to respond is going to say, you know, I have nothing tomorrow. And since I have nothing, I'm willing to accept less than my going rate, because I say right in the ad, I don't say tell me how much you can charge. I say tell me how little you will charge me. This ad is different. I put, you know, here's the flat rate. But in that case, I say 2 things. I say tell me how much experience you have as a photographer, how little you will charge me, and what kind of equipment you have. And again, I ask the equipment question. Now, I don't know the first thing about, I don't even know, I have an iPhone. I don't even know what number it is. I don't know anything about equipments for cameras. But I do know when they answer, I got an idea. When somebody says, oh, I use a whatever, and I use this for wide shots, and I got this and that, and I got the latest whatever, and I just got a new something lens, and I have 3 different lenses. Okay, sounds good. I mean, and again, I'm repelling the person that would show up with one lousy old camera. He's thinking I'm not even going to reply because I won't get the job. I have an old camera. So you want to repel the wrong people, attract the right people, and when you wait till the last minute, you get people that will come down on the price. Just, that I think I first learned that when I was working in Madison Square Garden, my high school job, and the ticket scalpers. And if you've ever observed or sold tickets yourself or bought tickets yourself, the nearer it gets to the beginning of the sporting event, the concert, the whatever, the tickets go down in price. So if you bought them way in advance, I know, that happened when we attended the 1980 Olympics in Lake Placid also. If you ordered tickets way in advance, you paid top dollar, regular price, or even more. But if you waited until the day of the event, we got up to Lake Placid, and we just walked up and down a line of people waiting online to get on the buses to go to the events, and we just said, hey, does anyone have an extra ticket? And usually we just got free tickets. They were like, yeah, I got an extra one, here you go. So they got nothing to do with it. As it gets closer to the time of the event, the ticket prices come down until the event starts, and then they come way down. The scalpers are sitting there going, this ticket is a decaying implement. This is about to expire and be worth nothing once the first quarter is started or whatever, so they'll give it away for nothing. And the same thing here. You hire someone at the last minute, and you get people that will come down on their price, like in the photography. I always get a great photographer, and I get them for a low price. And that's how you can hire superstars in your business. First thing is, you've got to have the mindset, I'm going to hire only a superstar. And then learn how to do it. If you want help doing it in your particular situation, and you have some questions about it, you go to helpfromsteve.com, and I'll give you some help in your particular situation. Or shoot me a message on Facebook, or Steve at Steve Sipress, or tweet me at Steve Sipress, or whatever you want to do. I'll help you out. However, I see it's getting dark now, and I'm going to get back in. Let's put the light on out here first of all. This went on a little longer than I thought. There you go, a little light. And I'm going to get back in now. I'm going to go have dinner with my beautiful wife, Michelle. The hiring is done. Thought I wasn't even going to make a decision until tomorrow, but still have the touch. Over 40 responses within 2 hours. Undoubtedly got some more now. And hired what I think is going to be a fantastic duo to go with the fantastic mover I've used before, and things are going to go great on Monday. And we have almost no packing to do anyway. Everything is all packed and ready to go. Just doing some last minute stuff. So hope you're going to have a fun, relaxing weekend as well. I will be back tomorrow on Social Media Saturday with a tip for you about marketing and advertising and or on social media, how to make money with it. And then Sunday Fun Day comes, and then Direct Mail Monday, we'll see if I'm going to record it from here or from the new location. Thanks to the new movers that responded like crazy to my excellent help wanted ad. In fact, the winner, as Phil Brakefield pointed out, made me an irresistible offer. That's what I call a win-win, folks. That's what you want in business. Everyone wins. That's the way it is. Don't believe these you didn't build it socialist anti-business people that think, oh, business people are evil. Oh, you gave tax breaks only to the business people. They're evil. They give crumbs to the regular blah, blah, blah. Get a clue. Those people obviously don't know that the way to be successful in business is to create win-win situations, not to rip people off, not to be evil. Doesn't work that way. Anyway, that'll do it for today. Thanks everyone being here live and watching on the replay. I'll be back tomorrow on Social Media Saturday. And thanks for all those likes. Oh, and there's a red heart. That must be a love. Thanks for the love and the shares and anything else you do. And I'll catch you tomorrow on Social Media Saturday, over and out as the sun sets behind me in the west. Beautiful sunset again here in beautiful Arizona. And Kevin says, who is John Galt? I am John Galt. Over and out.